1915 marks the start of the largest genocide in our modern 20th century. A cruel act that resulted in the massacre of over 4 million Assyrians, Armenians and Greeks, and specifically 2/3 of our Assyrian population. A massacre of which I am an intergenerational survivor. Since then, for Assyrians, genocidal acts have continued on a catastrophic basis. From the formation of Iraq in 1932, to the Somalia massacres in 1933, to the Saddam Hussein era, and currently under the very eyes of Iraq as seen through ISIS and in recent events. All manifested from non-recognition, with Turkey denying our genocide in condemning death upon citizens who dare admit otherwise, and glorifying perpetrators as heroes of national identity. But my question is, why do we, as an international community, go along with the narrative of denialism? Why, after the immense pain in the hearts of my brothers and sisters, and continuous fear in the eyes of our children, have we not recognised? The Assyrian genocide is forgotten and ignored, and to be ignored is to be killed twice. So what do Assyrians look like today? We remain without a homeland, scattered across the diaspora and victims of ongoing persecution. A key example being this Easter. On the morning of April 20th, the Kurds set up roadblocks in Qamishli in order to prevent us from reaching church to celebrate Easter. On Easter night, Turkish fighter planes bombed the Assyrian village of Tel Shanan several times. The previous day, Turkish bombs damaged a church and destroyed several houses in the Assyrian Christian village of Tel Tabul in Khabur. For far too long, we have relied on whispers and broken promises. For far too long, our plights have remained hidden due to ignorance, written out of history, and simply ignored. And so today, on the 107th anniversary of our genocide, we stand together to turn whispers to exclamations and demand that promises be fulfilled. We plead for recognition. When the rewritten narrative of our histories have been used to dispossess and malign, to perpetuate the presumptuous position of power and privilege, leaving in its trail a never-ending cycle of atrocities, why has it not been made clear that such tragedies will not be tolerated? In recognising our genocides, it confronts Turkish denial. Where the likelihood of formal international justice is low, recognition of genocide holds perpetrators accountable by acknowledging their culpability and inflicting harm to their reputation and credibility of human rights. This harm is evident in the response of Turkish officials to President Biden's recent statement regarding Armenian genocide. Genocide creates victims across generations. The legacy of mass violence handed down. And while time may erase the immediacy of the crime, it cannot erase the trauma inflicted. Recognition is crucial to our healing. In 2011, as my brothers and sisters have stated, the then member of the House of Representatives, currently our Prime Minister, called this genocide the greatest crime against humanity. And so to our Prime Minister and members of Australian Parliament, when around 32 countries have recognised the atrocity towards our people, why does Australia fail in doing the same? Shutting our eyes and referring to it as merely a historical debate. Why, when we have recognised Australian Indigenous genocide so well, have we not been capable in recognising within federal parliament the Assyrian, Armenian and Greek genocide? This, and I quote, crime against humanity. There is no excuse. If Australia was to start their cultural story with the arrows of Indigenous Australians and not with the arrival of the British, we would have had an entirely different story. And so if Turkey was made to start their story with the fact that Assyrians, along with the Armenians and Greeks, simply wanted to live in peace within their ancestral homeland, rather than the false claim of needing to free its people, we would have had an entirely different story. History has merely become a manifestation of the politics of the generation to which it belongs, and this needs to change. And so I, along with my community, beg for you to acknowledge the significance of this issue and to formally recognise the genocide that was 1915.